King Kong in the truck.
I'm back. Road Rants on Mark Hamill, Star Wars, and The Mandalorian. He did an interview with E! And he's preparing to be on What We Do in the Shadows. He's got a guest spot on there. He talks about why his time with Star Wars is officially over, and he praises The Mandalorian pretty big. You could even say he takes a small shot at the sequel trilogy if you really want to look at it that way. Mark Hamill feels his time with Luke Skywalker in the Star Wars universe has come to an end. Introduced to the world, a complex character in the saga's 1977 debut created by George Lucas. The veteran actor tells EW why he is saying goodbye to the character but remains excited for the future of the franchise. Oh, I can't imagine that. No. Hamill tells EW exclusively whether or not he'd consider the Star Wars universe again, if the situation was right. I had a beginning, a middle, and an end. Those films gave me far more than I ever expected when it started out, so it's never even occurred to me. My farewell was episode 9, and it was bittersweet. It was for everybody. I love all those people and certainly have affection for George and the character he created. I'm full of gratitude for what he has given to me in my career, but I don't want to be greedy. There are so many stories to tell and so many great actors to tell them. They don't need me. Yes, we do, Mark Hamill. Now, this is the part I'm really interested in. Hamill may have said his final farewell to Luke and his adventures, but he's still watching. He explains why the franchise's evolution with the Disney Plus series The Mandalorian is a smart idea. I think they have a wonderful advantage on The Mandalorian in that it's economical storytelling. They don't have to worry about the burden of delivering a gigantic special effects extravaganza like the films had to do. It sort of gets back to the basics of what George was envisioning as a Western in space. It has the tone of a Sergio Leone Western. I'm very impressed with it, and to me, a very smart move on their part because you can't keep trying to go to the top. It's like the superhero movies that have delivered these gargantuan epics. In The Mandalorian, they concentrate more on the characters and the storytelling. I think it's excellent. And I'll be the first to say, I think that's about the most praise Mark Hamill has given anything Disney-related in Star Wars. And I think it's very important that he said it sort of gets back to the basics of George. Now, what that's saying to the 3 films he was just in, and he's telling you the 3 films were trashy-ass special effects messes. If you read between the lines, that's what I get from it. I know people will come on, I thought it was what he's saying. He's telling you The Mandalorian concentrates on story, the films didn't. That's exactly what he just said. He literally just said that. It's one reason why I love The Mandalorian. It is far and away my favorite thing that Disney has put out. It is akin to a Sergio Leone Western, which I'm a big fan of. The good, the bad, and the ugly. That's why I've always liked Han and Boba Fett and Chewie and Jabba and all of that. And that was what I identified with Star Wars because I'm such a big fan of Westerns. Han was the good, Boba was the bad, and Jabba was the ugly. And now we're getting to see it play out in a different way. Of course, Boba Fett's coming back. However, I'm making a call right now. I've said it before. John Matrix has said it. Mark Hamill and Luke Skywalker will end up being on The Mandalorian at some point. I truly believe that. I thought it was a shot at being this season until Ahsoka Tano was announced. But I think you will see I actually believe you will see a de-aged Han, Luke, Leia, Lando before this is all said and done. I think you could see a situation where Luke and Lando cross paths with the Mandalorian while they're out looking for whatever that was in The Rise of Skywalker that Lando said they were looking for that Rey just happened to stumble upon, but Luke and Lando couldn't find it. Fuck you, Disney. So you may be like, whoa, well, look, that's exactly the kind of thing that pisses Star Wars fans off. Luke and Lando couldn't find it, but Rey and them just stumbled into it and fell through the... My God. Okay. Got me off on a Disney rant there, but you get my point. That's why the story in The Mandalorian is so far superior. Look, a lot of people praising that thing a lot like George's original stories. And Disney needs to take a hard, long look at how that show is received and how the Clone Wars was received versus how everything else has been received. Yeah, because The Mandalorian is what's keeping Star Wars on life support right now. Tell me what you think, Rhodes Squadron. Am I wrong? Am I out of bounds? They'll be the Disney lovers. This is your Star Wars. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
King Kong in the